A month ago, we discussed an awesome AR concept device named the Visor. It's designed for work and entertainment, but so much about this device was just unclear when it was unveiled. Well, today we have a bunch of new information, including pricing, models, specs, and whether this device is capable of becoming a true competitor to the Apple Vision Pro and the Meta Quest 3/Pro. Let's get into it. So they unveiled 3 different models of the Visor, and they're all relatively similar with different perks and small upgrades. Let's discuss what's common across all of the devices. So it has hand and eye tracking, 6 degrees of freedom, capable of up to 5 screens. It has 100 field of view compared to the Quest 2, which has 90, PSVR 2 that has 110, and the Focus 3 that has 120. The high fidelity allows for an ultra wide screen, custom IPD, nose inserts, and light blockers. It's 25% lighter than a smartphone. I don't know which one, but it says it. HD color pass-through. The stems and the straps are included. So what separates these 3 devices is the price, resolution, and additional perks. So the base model is called the Visor 2.5K, which has 2.5K micro OLED per eye. And this model is priced at $499.99. Another model is the Visor 4K, which has 4K micro OLED per eye, and that is priced at $749.99. Then there's a Founders Edition of the Visor 4K. This model retails for $999.99. This device is the exact same as the 4K for $749.99, but it comes with additional perks that could potentially be worth it. Here's some of the perks. It will ship 6 months earlier than the standard 4K model. There will only be 25,000 units of this model created, discounting $250 for the first 2 weeks, whatever that means, I have no clue. A lifetime subscription for the immersed premium tier software, immersed HQ visits for early access Visor demos so people can come and check it out, signature colored front panel, official sill for collectors, exclusive Founders VIP virtual sky lounge, and those are the perks. So that's a $250 difference in price, or $500 to the base model. The standard Immerse app right now is $14.99 a month, so that quickly adds up to about $180 for a year. So this model would be for like really strong enthusiasts, and whether you'll use the subscription every single day. I would absolutely love to get this and visit the HQ and vlog all of the devices, but unfortunately we don't have the budget here for that yet on the Lordsi channel. Besides that, the only other new information we have is that XR and non-XR users can use the Visor. Immerse say that they have plans to release future accessories, things such as battery packs, magnetic front plates, different straps, and more. They also state that the Visor comes preloaded with the immersed software. There are concerns that base model users will still have to purchase this, although it doesn't seem likely. From what we saw in the higher tier, it kind of suggests that basic users won't get a lifetime free subscription. However, they do go on to explain that the Visor will not have an app store for developers, which sucks. They are missing out on an entire extended market. Even if there were applications on Windows or Mac that kind of took advantage of immersed software and said like Visor compatible software or something, but unfortunately we're just getting the immersed software. They did however say they won't be locking it down, so users can modify the device at their own risks, which I'm sure plenty of people will. Again, it's just a missed market for them. Even if they created modified clients themselves and distributed them for money, I'm sure plenty of people would be willing to pay. Another important thing to mention is this is compatible with Windows, Mac, and Linux. It would be incredible in the future if we saw watch support or phone support. That would really add a unique twist on the smartphone market as well as the smartwatch market. Imagine looking at your watch and having like 3 iPhone screens pop out of your wrist. So we have another topic to discuss about. It's in my last video, I said that this was a wireless experience. It turns out that claim was actually wrong. This will be a tethered experience to a battery pack that the user is to put in their pocket, similar to the Apple Vision Pro. Now that could be a good thing or a bad thing. A load of people love the tethered experience and others not so much. But whether that's something that will affect your experience is entirely up to you. But the Visor does have a Wi-Fi module connected to the headset, which is good, because that's how it streams the information to your device. Immersed also said the battery pack that you put in your pocket will have a USB-C on it that allows you to have a wired experience with your machine, which they say will allow for higher resolution and lower latency, which although it's good that they are providing us with the option to be able to do this, it's just a reminder that the device is going to require a really good internet connection, or maybe you won't be able to use this without an internet connection at all. And that's always been a concern for people who don't have quite the best internet, because streaming something like that in low latency at higher resolution be incredibly difficult with bad internet. But the other thing they mention is that as soon as you unplug the USB-C from the battery pack, it will seamlessly connect to the device via the Wi-Fi. Now with all the specs and us discussing everything about these, here's my thoughts. This tech is sleek, it looks awesome, and is targeted to a very specific niche audience. Of course, anybody could use this device to replace their monitors or have virtual monitors in tight spaces like aeroplanes. It will do that absolutely no problem with the specs that it's delivering, and it's got the AR tech to back it up. There's no mention about battery life, which kind of has me a little concerned. But my one skeptical point from the previous video was how much is this thing going to cost? But that was a month ago. Now that we have that information, I think it's relatively well priced for the specs that it delivers. For casual consumers who don't care about VR or AR gaming, but exclusively want AR technology for work and movies without having to get a loan for the Apple Vision Pro, then that is who will be buying this product. My main concern for them is how essential will this be for the majority of businesses or work consumers? Will they deem this a necessary purchase to improve their workflow? But if people say yes to that, I want to know how many. The Quest 3 is right around the corner, literally less than a week away from this video being uploaded, which is why I'm suspecting we're getting all of this information now. Now, it's no secret that the Visor can only do a small fraction of what the Quest 3 will be able to do, and they start at the exact same price, and their top tier model versus the Quest Pro is only semi-qualified in comparison. The Quest Pro can do an awful lot more than the Visor 4K can. Now don't get me wrong, because the Quest 3 and the Quest Pro are relatively large and chunky and clunky on your face, and setting it up for these type of experience can be a little bit fiddly. Even though they are fiddly, these experiences can still be done on the Quest 3 and the Quest Pro. Those devices are not tailored for the simplistic look and the ease of use that we've seen from Visor. Visor are creating a device that's instantaneous. You take it out of the case, you put it on, it's sleek, it's lightweight, it's quick, and instantly your monitors are up in a virtual AR space. That's simply just unachievable on the Quest Pro and the Quest 3. And my last caveat, now that we've seen more trailers and more practical usage of real people wearing the real devices, is how far away it is from their face. I know that this design will grow on me, pun intended, but seeing it levitate on a man's face just reminds me of like a toddler wearing oversized sunglasses at the end of their nose. It's not as to the face as I think a lot of people were expecting. And it makes sense because there's so much technology crammed into such a sleek, small design. That's a really hard thing to achieve. But overall, that's not a problem and won't affect me wearing them in public. Just a funny mention. When we have more information, I'll make sure to keep you guys updated. Maybe an unboxing of this, maybe I'll go to the HQ, who knows? Consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date with all the latest tech and AR and VR news. I have a gaming channel which you guys can check out. I live stream over on kick.com/Lordsi. And with all that self-promo done, leave a comment. I'm going to respond to every single one of your messages. I appreciate you. See you in the next one. Peace.